Hello, everybody. Forged in Print here. I'm your host, James, and today I wanted to talk about several things. Number one, I am back officially, so yay. Number two is during my little time off, I had thought about how I'm going to approach this. Um, so, to announce the resin printer that we've been having a lot of issues with, we're starting to realize that it's maybe the printer itself. So what I will do is when I get an opportunity, I will be getting myself this Anycubic Photon Mono, or like the Anycubic 4K resin printers. The reason being is because I had worked with that in the past. If in an earlier video you've seen a little dragon head thing in my hands, you know that came from these Anycubics. So I know they're good. I know they can get the job done. And right now, that's what I need. I just need something that gets the job done, does it at a quality that, I am okay with. Because I don't want like a half-assed model being sent out. I want an actually good model coming out. And let's see what else. Also, so the FDM side of things, which is kind of my primary right now at the moment. We're still, operating with the same printer we've got, but pretty soon we might have access to a new type of printer. Now, it's kind of weird trying to do two different types of printers, but there's a reason for it. The printer that we're working with right now, which is the Anycubic Viper, it does fantastic, but at large scale, and when I mean large scale, I'm not talking like the printer itself, I'm talking like dozens of these things. I just don't think it will work the way I need it to. So, when we go full scale, we're going to go with a different printer, one that is one of the newer printers that's actually designed specifically for doing consumer, or the more mass consumer style stuff. So there is that. Don't mind that. Anyway. So when we do that, we're going to be working with that printer on the FDM side of things. And yes, I probably will not do mass productions with the Anycubic 4K printers, or the resin printers, because I do want printers that work a lot better, or not a lot better, but that have larger base, that have more functionality to it. But the printers I want for that are, yeah, it's going to require some work to get those. So I may have a few of these little guys running around. And in fact, I might keep these as like the small prints. So stuff like the Lord of the Prince statues or something. And when I mean statues, I mean like the Blood Knight, the the human-sized things. And then, of course, when I do, like, the dragon or something, which, yes, these things can do. Oh, actually, that might not be a bad idea either. Now that I think about it. Sell each part of the dragon, because all of Lord of Prince designs, he explicitly states that it's designed to be printed out of, like, the Mars or this exact printer, actually. So I know it can fit. I know it can work. But the thing is, is those you have to assemble together, and I don't quite have the skill set to put it together right now. So maybe if I sell parts to the dragons or parts to the bigger creatures, ooh, I could actually get those going. And the benefit to that as well is when I do get around to actually being able to create the whole dragon or the whole like Torask or something, then I could actually sell replacement parts as well. So if, say, the wing breaks, you don't have to buy a whole new set. You can just buy the wings. Or you can just buy, like, the right wing or the left wing or whatever wing part you need, or, you know, the base or something. And then that can actually save everybody a little bit of money. Because personal story time, I actually have a VR treadmill. The Catwalk specifically. If you don't know what those are, they allow you to run in VR. I got this through doing some deals with some family members, so, you know, that's the thing. But on the Cyber Shoes, and this is actually partly what originally got me into 3D printing, there's these clips on them, on the shoes. These little clips attach the trackers to the shoes. Now, for those that don't know, the reason why, or for those that don't know VR that well, the reason why there's trackers on the shoes for VR treadmills is, or for the Cyber Shoes, is because it actually translates your feet movement into in-game movement. So if you start walking in with the Cyber Shoes on in VR, then you will actually be able to, well, then your character actually starts moving like he's walking. It's not one-to-one, but it's close enough. Anyway. Well, I'm very rough on my stuff. Like, when it comes to other stuff, I'm very nice, very gentle. But when it comes to my own stuff, it's like, yeah, no. You know, at the end of the day, I can replace it. So, you know, I'm usually very rough on it. But the little clips on the shoes had broken. A lot. I actually had 2 pairs of shoes. Because we had some shenanigans. Again. And on each pair of shoes, you know, each shoe has its own clip, so there's a total of 4 clips. All 4 of them broke within 2 months. Now, that in of itself isn't the worst. But if you take into account that in order to actually get replacements for those clips, you have to buy a whole new pair of shoes. The shoes cost $100 a piece. So, little cheap plastic part repeatedly breaking. Yeah, that's not happening. So, and I tried actually printing out the parts. And it's like, the printers I have just cannot get close enough. They just can't. Because it's like, it's such fine detail. Or when I say fine, I'm not talking like, you know, the models having like these things, or having these perfect pieces. I'm talking like, it's got a little hook at the top of it that bends the plastic a little bit and then latches on to the actual clip. It's one of those kinds of clips. Yeah, so, and my printers just can't do that. At least I don't have the skill set to set it up to do that properly. I've tried a lot of things, and it's just like too stiff or too thick to get through. But yeah, but that's besides the point. So being able to sell bigger models and parts like that, yeah, I could work with that. That way, if a person breaks part of their model, as long as they know how to repair it, which to actually like attach new parts, you just or to like attach parts together, fuse it together, you use a little laser, or not a laser, but the most effective way is put dabs of resin on it, the same type of resin, and then UV light it in, and you'll create pretty seamless, stuff if you know how to do it. I've never actually attempted it, so once this thing starts getting off the ground, I will practice that until I can do it. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm rambling on a bunch there, but ain't moving on from that. So, with that being said, get a few of these Anycubic 4K printers, start being able to do the small scales, and once the funds start rolling in and I'm actually able to get this, business off the ground, I will then be able to actually, start getting the printers I do want. On the resin side, the FDM printers, I mean, they're within the same price range as these kinds of things. Like, they're more expensive, but they're not, like, that much more. But the ones I'm thinking of for, full scale is, like, really full scale. But, or can get pretty expensive pretty quick. But beyond all that, so I don't know when I'll be getting these Anycubics. I don't know how soon, but with everything that's going on, I'm hoping it's soon. I can't guarantee it will be, but I'm hoping it is. But anyway, so with all that said, I will talk to you guys later, and I'll have future updates when they come out. See you.